Day 3 of Browns' mandatory minicamp is in the books, and that puts a wrap on the entire Browns offseason program here in 2026. In terms of overall intensity, today was definitely not the highest from what I was reading on X from all the beat reporters who were there. They were calling it basically a dress rehearsal, getting ready for training camp after the summer break here. I forget who it was. Somebody said the atmosphere was kind of like the last day of school. But the main notes and takeaways from the day, of course, the quarterback competition. Now, like Todd Monken said, the two quarterbacks did split first team reps today. Deshaun Watson started off with the first team, and then in the second 11-on-11 session, Shedeur Sanders went with the first team. And based on the ESPN stat tracker, things were pretty much even keel between the two, which kind of goes into Todd Monken after practice, reaffirming what he'd already said basically yesterday. He's not going to be naming a starter ahead of training camp. He basically said both quarterbacks have worked really hard, both have shown out very well, and deserve more opportunity heading into training camp, which we've said from the beginning, you got to get pads on not just these guys, but on the entire team before we can get a better evaluation of which quarterback's going to give us the best chance to win games this year. So we'll get to the players who didn't practice today, but the big one was Jerry Jeudy. After practicing the last couple days and throughout OTAs, Jeudy was not on the field. When asked about it, Todd Monken said there are and will be no veteran days off for the Browns this summer. He said that Jeudy felt something in his hamstring and they didn't want to press the issue with the break coming up and training camp afterwards. So they held Jerry Jeudy out of the practice today. Other guys not practicing, going to read the list here: Grant Delpit, Daniel Thomas, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, Dom Jones, Harold Fannin Jr., Carson Ryan, who they had listed as Joe Royer yesterday, but it wasn't Royer, it was Carson Ryan, Kalia Davis, Mason Graham, Malik Collins, and Julian Aquara. Basically the same group of guys who haven't been practicing this entire time. Safeties coach Banda did not really want to talk about the potential injury situation for Grant Delpit. We don't know if it's some sort of injury holding him out of practice or if he's just holding in because he wants that contract extension. We'll see what that situation develops like. But Banda did comment on rookie safety Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Again, has not practiced the last few weeks, but Banda did say, quote, he'll likely start McNeil-Warren at one position in training camp to get comfortable and then expand his responsibilities. And this is from Daniel Ofusi, and he says the Browns will play a lot of big nickel with three safeties this year. Again, that's why I'm so high on the safety position group right now. And Banda said, quote, the mental aptitude and what he's done in the classroom, I think is what he's saying, is encouraging. And that is in regards, again, to McNeil-Warren. So that's it for minicamp. That's it for the offseason program. Let me know what you guys think. What are your hot takes about the Browns that you're expecting or anticipating when training camp starts next month?
Ooh, okay. Guys, if you remember a few weeks ago, we had an interception. The ball was thrown to Jerry Jeudy, okay? If you remember that play. I think it was Shedeur. It might have been, I think it was Shedeur, though. He threw the ball on the comeback route to Jerry Jeudy. Look at what Denzel Boston does here. Once he stops, what does he do, guys? Runs back to the football. He runs back to the football. No way 11 can jump it, and he gets completion. Guys, stack completions. And right here.
2 years ago, scouts laughed him off draft boards. Today, he's making the starting quarterback question everything. This isn't a rumor. This isn't speculation. This is happening live on the practice field in front of everyone. And Deshaun Watson can feel it. It's the final day of mandatory minicamp. The cameras are rolling, the reporters are watching, and something is shifting in Cleveland that nobody saw coming this fast. Shedeur Sanders isn't just competing anymore. He's leading. And that single word, leading, is about to change everything.
Stones on my teeth, don't talk for free, don't care to speak, I'ma be brief.
Y'all be frontin', me give my heart to a woman, not for nothing, never happened, I'll be forever mackin'. It's just that jigger bad, MC, you and me, yo. Standing cheese, we doin' big. Toe vibes in the gun, with your
more than a hundo. Try to come for heaven, I'm so faded. Spaghetti, we ain't bout to catch the truth, you selling. I done spent 250 just on belly. 250 just on.
Mommy, I know you got issues. You gotta do off the game. I'm not a player, I just crush out.
I just pull one up, he shoot, he scores. I need a lot of TV from my door. I just niggas ain't till they was gone.
Ready to fight. I bet you I was gonna take the way that's best to think one. See me, I ain't nothing nice. They come up, it ain't no time. I thank you like my that's what I
Demon in the cook, that's no raid, let the church. You moving wrong, we clear. You slide, we share. My twin is on the other.
Talk on candy. Top down in Lexus with a big blind handy.
Land, big balls, big checks. Being broke make me so.
Leadership right there, we did not see last year too much. So he is already developing that even further than he was last year, which is huge. Quick little handoff. Again, you could tell they're maybe 50% speed. A lot of install right now, but I love this from Shedeur Sanders. Again, it's not anything crazy, but it's being able to have the confidence to adjust at the line of scrimmage to what you see defensively and having that connection with your offensive line at the same time.
Let's set the scene. Day 3 of minicamp. Equal reps, equal opportunity. No excuses, no narratives, just football. Deshaun Watson, the proven veteran, the man with a big contract, the man this franchise bet everything on, lining up across from a rookie who was supposed to be years away from this moment. But Shedeur Sanders didn't get the memo, because what happened on this field wasn't a rookie struggling to keep up, it was a rookie taking over. Here's what makes this different. Early in practice, things were slowed down, 60% speed, heavy run installs, the kind of low-intensity rep work where you don't expect anything special to happen. And yet, something special happened anyway. Watch Shedeur Sanders at the line of scrimmage. Watch him make adjustments, real adjustments, pre-snap reads, communication with his offensive line, the kind of command you almost never see from a rookie at this stage. This wasn't there last year. Now it's growing fast. And in a league where quarterbacks live and die by command of the offense, that single detail is sending shockwaves through Brown's camp. But let's be fair, Deshaun Watson had his moments too. A gorgeous deep ball down the sideline, perfect zone read. He recognized the coverage, identified the soft spot, and delivered a strike that should have been a touchdown. Beautiful football IQ, veteran instincts, the kind of throw that reminds everyone why Cleveland believed in him in the first place. Another deep shot, another wide-open receiver up the seam, slightly underthrown, but the recognition, the timing, the anticipation, all there. So why, with throws like that, does it feel like all anyone wants to talk about is Shedeur?
Okay, once you see that, and again, they're probably going 40-50% speed, Carson Schlesinger looks like he's in man. He is not in position because he was maybe selling blitz right. And once that guy bites down ever so slightly, Shedeur takes what the defense gives him. Boom. Now we've got opportunity with a fast running back down the sideline. Maybe picks up 7-8 yards. Again, I can't state it enough. Take what the defense gives you. You'll win a lot of games, even if it's a 6-yard pickup, and then you stack it with a 4-yard pickup, and then a 6-yard pickup, and then a 4-yard. I mean, again, take what they give you.
Because of moments like this one. Remember weeks ago when Shedeur threw that interception to Jerry Jeudy? Remember the criticism, the doubts, the "this kid isn't ready" headlines? Fast forward to today. Same situation, same type of route, but this time, Denzel Boston comes back to the ball, stacks the completion, no turnover, no mistake. That's not luck. That's chemistry. That's growth. That's a quarterback and a receiver learning each other in real time and getting better together week after week. This is what development looks like. This is what hope looks like in Cleveland. And it didn't stop there. Another rep. Shedeur drops back, reads the middle linebacker biting down, recognizes the inside leverage on his receiver, and fires without hesitation. That's not guessing, that's processing. That's a young quarterback seeing the field the way veterans take years to develop. Then another rep, a blitz off the edge. Defender bites just slightly, and instead of panicking, instead of forcing something risky, Shedeur takes exactly what the defense gives him, a simple, smart 6-yard gain. Sounds small, right? But stack that up. 6 yards here, 4 yards there, another 6. Suddenly, you've built a drive. Suddenly, you've built a dynasty mindset, the same patient, disciplined approach that turned the Patriots into a generational powerhouse. That's not flash, that's foundation. And foundations are what championship quarterbacks are built on.
Washington, there's no way he doesn't go over 19 touchdowns. No way. Right, I mean, at least in my opinion. But then I'm also pairing that with an ascendente more than 975 rushing yards. I got another one here. I believe Deshaun Watson rotates in. Now he's with the ones. And let's see. Again, you're not seeing a full speed defensive line O-line. So keep that in mind. It's like skeleton to Levins. But here we go. So it looks like both our receivers to the right side, we are going to get, looks like maybe a rub.
Now here's where the tension really builds. Deshaun Watson rotated back in with the ones. Quick passing concepts, rub routes, flat routes, a clean, efficient 4-yard completion. Solid, professional, exactly what you'd expect from a starting caliber quarterback. And later, a near disaster, a pass that was nearly picked off by Hickman, saved only by an incredible diving grab from his receiver. Two different quarterbacks, two very different stories unfolding in real time. One is fighting to hold on to his job, the other is fighting his way into the conversation. And let's not forget, this isn't just a two-man race. Dylan Gabriel got reps with the twos and delivered an absolute dime down the sideline. Perfect touch, perfect placement. The kind of throw that turns heads even when it's just minicamp. The quarterback room in Cleveland is suddenly loaded. But even with that depth, even with that talent, all eyes keep drifting back to one name, Shedeur Sanders. Because here's the truth nobody in that building can ignore anymore. This isn't about hype. This isn't about his name, his family, his draft story, or the noise that followed him for months. This is about reps, about film, about a young quarterback who is doing the quiet, unglamorous work, making checks, building trust, learning from mistakes, and showing up better every single time the cameras roll. And every single day that happens, the pressure on Deshaun Watson grows just a little bit more. Not because anyone wants him to fail, but because competition doesn't wait for comfort. So, where does this go from here? Training camp is just weeks away. The intensity is about to increase. The speed is about to increase. The stakes are about to increase. And if Shedeur Sanders keeps growing at this pace, if he keeps making these small winning plays over and over, rep after rep, Cleveland might be facing a decision nobody expected to make this soon. A decision that could shape this franchise for years. One quarterback has the contract, the other might be earning the trust. And in the NFL, trust wins jobs. This story is only getting started. Shedeur Sanders is proving day by day that he belongs, and Browns fans everywhere are watching history unfold in real time. If you want to be there for every single update, every practice clip, every breakdown, every twist in this story, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because trust me, you do not want to miss what happens next.